How is it going, guys, and welcome back to the TBU. And in week 3, AS Monferno are going to be playing the Juventeis. If you haven't seen the team builder video, make sure you look down and watch that, because then you'll know exactly what team I'm bringing and all of that good stuff. And make sure you go and check out Quil, because he's an incredible guy. Esquilo, he's a really nice guy. He's an anime fan, which I can always appreciate. And yeah, he's just a great battler, and I'm really looking forward to taking him on. You're probably wondering, though, why you're not seeing Onesie Swagnet in this battle. Because, unfortunately, he's managed to get himself arrested for selling meth to other YouTubers.
Finally. Some kind of card. That'll do.
So, I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do about that. But yeah, I mentioned yesterday that he didn't exactly show his face, and he hasn't contacted me in a few days, so we're going to have to just hope and pray that I can actually play the game, because Swagnet usually plays my matches, and I do the team builder, and I'm really not used to actually playing a game, but we'll see. I mean, it can't be that difficult, right? But yeah, the team he's bringing is Feraligatr, Medicham, Tyranitar, Druddigon, Excadrill, and Galvantula, and that's pretty much the exact team I expected him to bring, except for Chestnut in place of Feraligatr, because I don't see how Feraligatr, I don't see how it's going to get much opportunity to actually set up against me, unless it switches into a Banded Sneasel Ice Shard, or comes in against possibly Mega Latias, because I can't actually... Oh, I have Thunderbolt on that thing, so yeah, he's not really going to get much opportunity to actually set up against me, and that thing's going to be kind of a bit redundant. So I was expecting Chestnut to give him a little bit of a check to my Tyrantrum, but obviously that's not the case. And obviously I'm expecting there to be at least 2 Scarfers in this match. I feel like there's going to be at least 2, possibly 3, I'm not too sure. But I feel like he's going to want to try and outspeed things, so I'm expecting possibly maybe Scarf Feraligatr, Scarf Medicham. But yeah, let's get into this match. It's not going to be live com, it's pretty much going to be post com, but these are just my thoughts before the battle. And yeah, let's get into this. So yeah, let's get going. So Quil is issuing a challenge, Esquilo, and I lead off with my my Banded Sneasel, and he leads off with his Galvantula. I did not think this thing would be Scarf, because he outspeeds me and hits me with a Bug Buzz, taking me out. My whole plan, if you watch the team builder video, has just been decimated because he's out-prepped me and brought a Scarf Galvantula. But I do know from this, the one thing I do know from losing Galvantula there, from losing Sneasel to Galvantula, is that I know he's not going to be bringing Sticky Webs now, because he's obviously brought a Scarf Galvantula. He's not going to want to stick Sticky Webs on that thing, and he's not going to have opportunities to do it anyway. But yeah, I go into Sylveon, he brings out Excadrill, and I go for a Baton Pass to go into Staraptor, threatening him out, bluffing the close combat, and he brings out the Druddigon, which shows me that he's probably going to be Rocky Helmet, Max Fizz Death, and that damage, the crit damage, pretty much shows me that that's exactly the case. He's got Rough Skin, he's got Rocky Helmet, and that's going to do a lot of damage to me. So I know exactly how to stop this thing, and that's by going back out into Fernando, because obviously nothing on his team wants to take a Choice Specs Hyper Voice. So I predict him here to predict me to go for a HP Fighting or a HP Ground. So I actually go for the Hyper Voice because he switched into Excadrill last time, so I expected him to do it again. He doesn't do it again, proving to me that this thing is either Spadef invested or Assault Vest, because normally that does over half. So I switch out knowing that he can't actually touch Mega Latias, because Mega Latias is an absolute monster. So he switches out the Excadrill and goes out into Kaido, which is his Tyranitar. And that was an obvious switch, because I predict this here. And go for my HP Fighting. So I'm going to Mega Evolve, and I'm going to go for my HP Fighting, and he's going to reveal that he is, in fact, the Chocolberry. And that's important, because now I can't 2-hit KO this thing with a HP Fighting, judging on the damage that it does. Excuse me a second. I'm very ill. But yeah, the damage that HP fighting does is pretty much insignificant. I'm going to take Sandstorm damage, and I know now that I can't 2-hit kill him. I think he's going to go for a Pursuit there, so I go for a Tailwind just to scout what he's going to do, and he goes for a Stone Edge, predicting me to switch out, which kind of reveals to me that he doesn't actually have the Pursuit, but the damage that does just really messes me up. I probably shouldn't have gone for a Tailwind there. I probably should have just gone straight for a HP fighting, because that was probably the better play, and it would have revealed that I could have actually killed that Tyranitar and forced him out. But by going for a Tailwind there, I've actually just sacrificed Latias, and that's a shame because this Tyranitar is still going to be around for later to set up Sand for Excadrill and all that other kind of jazz. So, I go into Lantern, knowing I can probably kill this thing with a Scald, and I know that Excadrill's not really going to want to switch in, so I go straight for the Volt Switch here. I think I go for the Volt Switch. No, I go for the Scald, sorry. Predicting Excadrill to actually come in, predicting the Volt Switch. It's a very complicated game, this. But I do score the burn on the Druddigon, which is fantastic, because now it's going to be taking Sandstorm plus burn, plus I know I outspeed, unless this thing is speed invested. But the damage that U-turn did earlier proves to me that it's not going to be speed invested, so I know I outspeed. I peg this thing with an Ice Beam, and it's going to do a lot of damage, but it's not quite going to score the kill, which is very unfortunate, because now he can get his Stealth Rocks up. And now I'm pretty much pressured into not bringing out Staraptor anymore. The burn is going to take him down, so that's going to be a kill for Lantern, which is fantastic. Absolutely putting in a shift already by killing a thing. And he's going to bring out the Galvantula here. Now, I know that I hard counter this thing. I'm Assault Vested. There's nothing a Scarf Galvantula can do to me here. Absolutely nothing. So I stay in and go for a Scald. And the damage that does pretty much shows me that, like it shows him that I'm Assault Vested. So he's going to stay in, and I'm just going to predict him to switch out and go for a Volt Switch, because I thought he wouldn't want to stay in. And to be honest, he's predicted that very well, and I probably should have stayed in and gone for another Scald before pulling the Volt Switch. But yeah, there's only one switch I have right now, and that's Fernando, because everything else takes a Bug Buzz very badly. But I go into Fernando, who's going to take this Bug Buzz fairly decently. She takes it fairly nicely, and I go for my Hyper Voice, which is absolutely fantastic. So yeah, that's pretty badass, and I managed to get the Hyper Voice off and kill the Galvantula, which is really good. But that gives him a free switch back out into the Excadrill. So this thing is just going to hit something on my team and pretty much kill it. So I decided to go into Squisher here, and I'm pretty sure I'm just predicting him to go for an Iron Head, which he does indeed go for an Iron Head. And here I'm stuck in two minds. Do I predict him to go for an Earthquake, or do I predict him to go for another Iron Head, over-predicting me? I make the over-prediction, expecting him to go for the Iron Head again, predicting me to go into Staraptor, but that's not what happens. So I go out into Staraptor here, and that means that I can bluff the close combat, and I can go for, say, a U-turn or something, and just kill this thing. I think I'll go for a Brave Bird in the end, but he switches out the Tyranitar, sacrificing it off. But what this does do is it pretty much guarantees that he wins this game now, because he's got Sand up, and he has what I'm assuming is going to be an Assault Vest Excadrill. Spoilers, it is an Assault Vest, a Sandrush Excadrill, sorry. It's a Sandrush Excadrill. I'm going to take Recoil. I'm going to take Sandstorm damage, and he's going to go out into Excadrill again, and that's going to peg me with an Iron Head, and that's going to kill Staraptor, because that pretty much confirms that he is indeed a Sandrush, and I now have nothing on the team that wants to outspeed him. I go into Tyrantrum, hoping and praying that somehow I can live an Earthquake. He goes for the Earthquake, and I'm not going to live that, because he's a Sandrush Excadrill, and I can't really touch it. So my game plan fell to shreds here, because I got out-prepped by that Galvantula, and I didn't wise up to the fact it could possibly be Scarfed. So Sylveon comes in, and for style points, I go for Quick Attack, just to take this thing down to below half. So I go for the style points Quick Attack, and he just pegs me with an Iron Head. So that's going to be a 3-0 loss to the Juventeis and Quil. And quite frankly, I'm not sure if there's a lot I could have done against that. So yeah, fantastic game, Quil. You really played well, and you prepped really well too. You just did everything right, to be honest. And that Galvantula threw me off guard, and from then on, it was always going to be an uphill battle trying to claw my way back into the game. I played very badly with Mega Latias. I should never have gone for the Tailwind, but I was expecting a Pursuit, which would have done minimal damage at most, and that never came. So I kind of messed up by sacrificing Mega Latias. He revealed to me after the game that he was indeed Scarf Medicham and he has Scarf Galvantula, so I predicted that there was going to be 2 Scarfers, which there were. Absolutely fantastic, but it didn't really matter in the long run because he played out of his skin. He led with Galvantula, completely predicting me to lead with Sneasel. He was expecting Fake Out, I assume, but I needed to try and stop Sticky Webs getting on the field, and unfortunately I couldn't do that, so yeah. It's a shame that I did lose Sneasel so early, because Sneasel really could have put in a lot of work against the rest of his team. Nothing on his team would have really been able to deal with it too well, because the combination of Beat Up, Knock Off, Ice Shard, and Brick Break, not Knock Off, sorry, yeah, basically all of my stabs, they really did a number against his team, and being banded and outspeeding everything except for Medicham and Galvantula really would have done a lot of work here. But unfortunately I lost it early on, which meant that an offensive check to most of his mons was gone. I wouldn't have been able to kill the Tyranitar instantly because it has Choppleberry, but I would have been able to do a hell of a lot of damage to it. But yeah, this game was ultimately won when he went for Bug Buzz on my Sneasel, which was turn 1, so he pretty much pressured me into the win straight from there. And it's unfortunate that he did get his Stealth Rocks up, because that meant I couldn't really go for my usual switch shenanigans, and Stealth Rock really did come into play here. But he played very well, and he prepped very well, and you see, I'm at the stage where I feel like I can go toe-to-toe with the best players out there, but when I'm playing against such a high standard of player, I'm really going to struggle. So I was always going to struggle against Quil here because he's such a great battler and he prepped like an absolute champ. So yeah, next week we're on to the old enemy. We're on to one of my favourite people in this league. We're on to Eric Ashton Akai, and I'm really looking forward to that. He has an insane team and he's been off to an absolute flyer, so make sure you check back next week for that. But before I go, make sure you go down in the description and give Quil all of the love. He's a great guy with some great content and he needs all the love. A lot of these people in this league don't have as many subs as they deserve. I believe Quil is one of them. His content is absolutely incredible and he needs a lot of love. So go down in the description, check him out, give him a sub, give him a like, give him a follow, give him all of that jazz. And I will see you guys in the next video. Hopefully Swagnet will be back by then. So have a great day, have a great life, and I will see you guys later. See you later!